Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources. And in this episode, we're going to be finishing up some of the huge projects we have. Now, stay tuned. And off we go. Okay, finishing projects. This is gonna be funny. Actually, not really, but it's gonna be interesting. One of the projects we're gonna be finishing is probably Collins. I have no idea how we're gonna finish this project. And by finishing, I mean destroying the city. It's not working out. Collins is dying out, and Collins is not gonna survive for much longer. Pollution. Pollution is absolutely appalling. And you can see here that we are losing more people by deaths than births, so it's gonna be an ever-shrinking population. What I'm gonna do with it, I have no idea. Pollution is encroaching slowly, and more we're gonna be exporting stuff from here. It's gonna be harder for us. This is influencing our steel production at the moment. So what we're gonna have to do, I started here with another, let's call it a street or something, where I'm gonna go and continue building panel locks here around this area, because here we have everything except enough workers in this shop, where we're gonna increase this to 15. Hopefully we're gonna get more workers here, so people will finally eat something. Temperature, yes. One other thing we're gonna do now. We're gonna go for a loan, and we're gonna go for a big loan. Why? It's gonna take forever for us to produce 12 tons of steel per day, and let's face it, this production is 50-60% at maximum. The most optimistic / realistic time frame we have would be, or production is 6 tons per day. It's gonna take 100 days, more or less, to have enough steel to produce this. Obviously, this is one of the issues and problems that I created myself, and of course I blame myself for that. And that's definitely not cool, and we're not gonna be able to do anything until we finish this. And for a future reference, guys, you're gonna have to pay more attention. Unlike me, you're gonna have to pay more attention to your steel production. And I don't think this small steel production, I don't know, I'll obviously make more mistakes. But for now, we're gonna have to go for something like 500,000, even though I'm gonna go for 600,000. Let's go 650. The amount of money we're gonna borrow now. I'm gonna pause for a second because we need to finish constructing pipelines as well, because our people are not really that happy. They're kind of freezing-ish. There's another pipeline here that I would like to, the snaky one, that I would like to finish, and of course the one here as well, so we can get some heating going on here. This part of the heating network, it's not expensive, it's only a few thousand rubles, so this should be fine. And also I'm gonna have to this is what I wanted to finish these two power connections, these two power lines, because they will significantly, by significantly I really mean significantly, increase our income. So let's go first on this side here, and we're selling power to the Soviets here, export. We're gonna go to 100%. They should be up and running any second now. Still nothing, but it's there, it's getting there. As soon as these power cables are finished, it's gonna be going sky high. And this is the second one we're gonna be exporting. So these are two power lines that we are in the process of finishing, and hopefully we're gonna have enough money. If not, I'm gonna push it a little bit further. Maybe I should have gone one by one, because at the moment doesn't appear that any of them is finished. For this one we still need, yeah, I probably should have gone one by one at least, and we would have something. Okay, let's go for a little bit more. I'm gonna go for, let's say, 50,000 maybe. Let's see if this is gonna be enough to finish. Oh, guess again. I can see power lines being finished, but this is definitely not enough. I think it's gonna need another one. Here we go. And voila, one is finished, the second one is finished. There we go. Exports are away. Okay, so this is so we have do we have here cars? Yeah, we do. I think I'm gonna get them. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that from now on this is gonna be the direction of our money. Well, actually, yeah, obviously not so simple, but still, we're producing, but that also means that we're gonna be having, like I mentioned before, a huge impact on colons, where you can see that pollution is definitely in red in a lot of areas here. So it's not gonna be easy for those guys. And I think, did we finish this? This is slowly heating up, that's fine, and this one is already heated. Okay, yeah, I think we're doing okay. The only problem now is I was doing a little bit of review of the finances. So some of our loans, for example, this loan, we have a huge penalty if we are not repaying the loans. And I'm worried about the low amount of money that we have, just so we don't get any penalties for repayments. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get this final... Yeah, I wish. Final loan of 100,000, just so we are way above the negative instant interest rates. It's not about that. It's only going to be a few thousand rubles more if we don't repay the loans, but it's gonna be huge, these chunks of money that they're taking at the same time, you know, straight away. I'm just gonna leave it like this so we can monitor in the long run, are we actually doing a positive job or not. Okay, there was talk in the comment section about us getting a huge amount of money by importing what's I call it, radioactive waste. Unfortunately, that doesn't appear to be possible. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not 100% sure myself. I tried, but I failed miserably. I'm not sure if it's possible to import nuclear waste. There are mods where you can actually repurpose nuclear waste back into uranium hexafluoride, but you still have to get your hands on nuclear waste, which is slightly problematic. So, right, why did I build those two here? Right. And this is not even finished. Yeah, I said to myself that I don't need to finish this because it's not really necessary for the boards, planks, and they're actually going down. Right, how are we doing? This is the exports, right? They need to keep it at 40%. I think, did I put it at 20 or 40% here? Let's just check. It's under 40%. That means... I have no idea what this means. I don't think we need so many boards, so that's fine. I'm gonna stick to the current export policies. On the other hand, I think we have to implement something on this side here. This is not working, and this is not gonna be working for a while. First things first, this building requires heating, so plastics factory. I was surprised by that, but hey ho. Looks like they need heating, and chemicals are being produced. Okay, that's the best I can say. It's okay, not better than okay. It's we still need way more people. Well, on that note, we are actually finishing a couple of buildings here, and guess what is the main problem for finishing the buildings? Yes, you guessed it, it's steel. Okay, let's focus. First things first, this one, we don't have to get any people to work here. Of course, refineries are a major concern. We need to continue producing these fuels. And at one point this is going to be finished as well. The pumping station and loading unloading station for fuels. Didn't I just have 100,000? What the hell happened to our money? Okay, looks like maybe those repayments could be a little bit higher than I expected. We do have a lot of loans, but that's fine. I'm gonna monitor finances slowly, but it's slightly concerning. And of course, if you see here, we had 1,400 people living here, and we have 1,100 people living here at the moment, and that is not good. On the other hand, we have Port doing quite well population-wise, and soon, not straight away, but we're gonna soon move some people around. And we have, of course, Hallendorf doing amazingly well, 5,400, where I'm gonna do a little bit population shift now. I'm gonna shift some of our population to Duncan. Actually, I'm gonna move quite few of them. Well, I'm gonna populate this area as much as possible. At the moment, they're saying something about the jobs and whatnot, but I don't think that's an actual issue because steel mill is recruiting like crazy. Collins-wise, decline of the city. How are we gonna manage that? Do we just let it decline on its own? It currently is supplying population to Collins Industrial Zone, and this is going to be funny if we remove this city from the map and there we still have Collins Industrial Zone. I don't have to remove it from the map, I can leave it as it is. Nothing that they're using is big waste. I think we can supply everything except maybe meat could be on the borderline, but that's about it. A lot of stuff that we have here, even the hospital and stuff, I don't think it's so necessary to survive anymore, so we can say good riddance to it. Yeah, the only thing I have to pay attention to is to have people transported from Hallendorf then to supply workers for this industrial area, which is going to be a huge positive boost for Hallendorf because they have too many workers and not enough workplaces. We will soon get this up and running, but like I said, it's not a rush. First things first, we need to finish this substation, and of course the rest of the industries. Pipelines, yeah, pipeline needs to be finished as well. Let's see if everything is connected. Looks like it is, and guess what is the material needed for finishing these power lines? Pipelines. It's steel, of course. Okay, so we have our culprits, we have our bad guys here. So more or less Duncan has everything that it needs to survive. It has a hospital here, it's a clinic. It has heating, everything should be okay. They're complaining about the jobs, but that's not something I would be too worried about. Mine is working, well, fine, more than fine, because we really don't need all these people in mine. I don't even know how much we need. I can lower this greatly, but I'm just worried that our people would be, well, not working here, which is not a problem. We're importing some iron ore, but we're full. We're absolutely full. We don't know what, well, kind of. We have ore. We're importing ore here as well, so, well, not at the moment, of course, because we're not processing it fast enough. We need to process it into steel. So, grand discussion. You can't build the one-man army steel mill. Steel mill, industrial zone. Wow, I'm brain dead. I tried that in Krasnozemsky. In the previous series, you saw I built a huge coal ore mining, iron ore mining, steel production, processing of the ores, and that was about it. More than that, it couldn't handle. Even the trains couldn't transport as many people that they actually needed. We need to separate our industrial zones. This is my conclusion to the whole thing. And for example, here mechanical components. Some of you guys commented that mechanical components should be close to steel. I agree. Not on this map, because it's too close, it's too crowded here already, and we can't even supply enough people here to the steel industry. Steel production, so definitely this is damaged goods, whole this area here. We can try to expand, and I probably will, city towards here, and, well, elsewhere. We can implement another bus stop somewhere here, and then, you know, have a huge population that can be supplying this. But that's on one hand. On the other hand, the biggest consumer of mechanical components will be assembly hall that creates electronics, electrical components, whatever. It's gonna be that. So that's our biggest consumer. I mean, like, we will have other things consuming electrical components, mechanical components, but this is going to the biggest one. So if you guys are saying that we should have a steel mill close to the, well, mechanical components factory close to the steel mill, then straight away the assembly yard has to be close to that, because it doesn't matter if you transport steel here or you're transporting the components here. It's the same thing. Something is going to have to be transported elsewhere, because mechanical components as a final product, like I said, it's consumed mostly by the electronics assembly. We can check it, because it's constantly going to be consuming it. It's constantly going to be consuming it, and we have here, what does it say? Here we go. 1.5 ton for, yeah, it's third of the electronics goes from there. Half of it is plastic and another third is electrical components. So it's gonna be a lot consumption of the electrical components, and the electronics is something that we can export as a high-end good as well. So I'm pretty happy that steel can be brought here as a raw resource and then assembled straight away somewhere else. So having this connected to the steel mill, if we have a stable steel supply, like we don't, it wouldn't actually matter where the steel mill is and where the mechanical component factory is. Is it either in this industrial zone that is connected to the rest of the consumers of mechanical components, or is it next to the steel mill? The only problem I have on this map is that we don't have enough workers at the moment to supply mechanical components factory and electrical components factory here. And the second thing is space is lacking here. These are the challenges of the maps. I mean, it would be ideal if we can just take the flat map and just play around with everything flattened, or use mechanization to flatten it. But what's the fun of that? What's the fun of you having an issue with space, you having an issue with this or that? So from my point of view, I think this is the best thing we can do in order to facilitate production of mechanical components. Of course, steel is a problem, and hopefully we're gonna resolve it. And I'm gonna go in the same direction now. I'm gonna go and I'll build a couple of these panelki. No, is it panelki? Panelak. Okay. So residential, and these are all panelaks. And yeah, I think the smaller ones with the. Maybe I can build a whole neighborhood, like 3 or 4 of them, like in this direction. Like 1, 2, and 3, and RR, that means rotated twice, and 1, 2, and 3. And here we go. I will, of course, let them finish this on their own. Let's build. Let's build this. There we go, and let them do whenever we're meant to be together. Yes, they have time. Hopefully it's gonna be one by one, and we're not gonna be overburdened by production of these buildings. But of course we won't. When did our plan go wrong? When? I'm telling you this. And maybe I can squeeze one more in here. Why not? Do we have anything a little bit bigger? Here's one panelak. It's actually the same as this one as far as I can see. I'm fine with this. The only problem is, does this heating? 250. Yeah, it might be an issue with the heating. I'm simulating the mobile phone. We'll see. We'll see how heating is gonna be taken here, because we're not gonna populate it at the moment, so it's fine. Okay, this is at 100% population, and I have a feeling that now we're gonna have issue with people living with their parents, even though population of this town is quite small. Let's give them a heads up on the production of this, so it's already assigned to a construction office. Yes, another thing that we didn't discuss, because I recorded a little bit of this episode already, but unfortunately it was focused on importing nuclear waste, which is impossible. At least I don't know if it's possible. We can discuss this for the future, but we're not going to be earning money that way here right now. What we're gonna be doing now? What do we need? Steel. We need. When do we need it? Now. I was thinking maybe finishing some of this construction here, and maybe I should because we can expand our town here. And let me see if they are. Yes, 5 people living with their parents. There you go. You have new apartment building, and I expect you to have all the space that you need. Naturally growing. Concerning Collins, yes, I think we should save some people from Collins, because Collins is slowly dying away and the quality of life there is not good. So I'm gonna transport some of them. This is just 50 people maybe, so it's not really a big deal. And the quality of life here, it's a little bit better. It's still 69.4. It's growing quality of like life expectancy, while the life expectancy here in Collins is 55 and falling. That's not gonna be good. Life expectancy in Hallendorf shouldn't be 86. It's good. And Elise is it could be one of the best towns we have. Like a life expectancy 85. No, it's not the best. Let's just check Ligenport, because where are you going? Ligenport could be the one with the best life expectancy. No, still polluted. But it's growing stably and growing high. Financially, we're recovering again. I don't know where that big loss went, but we're recovering. And the only thing that I see now how we can grow and finish the projects we have at the moment is to have more people coming and working in the steel mill. Thus, we are trying to increase population of this area here. I can help them out a little bit more. Let me try this. Finish this with rubles and finish this building. 13,000. That's fine. Problem is, does it have heating? Oh, it does. Okay. How far the heating goes? Oh wow, 400 meters. Oh, right. Okay, so this is gonna be fine. I can definitely see a benefits to this. How many people? 65. Okay, Hallendorf doesn't have any people living with their parents. That's interesting, but it's getting there. What's with the sick people here? So we have quite a few sick people. Heating on? It should be. Looks like it is on. Yeah, it's working fine. We're finishing some of these. This is 60% and this is like 80% done. I'm gonna let them finish that, and I can see that steel is being delivered everywhere, so that means that we are slowly recovering. This is where we come to the issue of the storage. What do I mean by that? We have production, this brick production. It's more than enough, I think, for even long-term and huge production. We don't need better than this. 15 tons of bricks a day. But also, what's the deal? We have these storages, and they will have enough bricks for any project that we have. So this can store up to over 200 tons of bricks. And find me a building that needs 200 tons of bricks. I mean, there is, but bear in mind that while that building is being constructed, while everything is being transported, they're still producing new bricks. It's not the situation with the steel, because steel is much more valuable than bricks, and we need it, well, much more, and it's more expensive and harder to build than bricks, so steel is a little bit more complex, and we need bigger production facilities for steel. But if we started with steel from the early on, from the beginning of the game, if we started producing steel, which I will try, I'm not sure in the next episode or not, but straight away I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve and I'm thinking of using them. So we'll see. There's a thing to be said about starting early with steel, maybe with this size industry like we have here. Yeah, that could be interesting thought. Will we produce enough steel to pile it up, so we never need, we don't ever have a backlog of steel. If we had 200 tons of steel here, one of these power cables, power lines, would be connected to the border in weeks, months maybe, but not years like usually would take us here. 277 tons of steel. Come on, we wouldn't be able to. Deal with that for years to come. I mean, like, I don't want to do the math now, but 6 tons a day, optimistic projections for 5 tons a day. What can we expect from this steel mill? Probably it's not enough for our needs. So 5 tons a day, that would be 1,500 tons a year production of steel, but we are consuming steel everywhere. It's needed everywhere. Okay, so this is being finished, steel is being delivered, and steel is the only thing that's missing here. I think I'm gonna go and start purchasing buses. Yeah, probably. Yeah, what's with these guys? I still don't know what to do with these guys. This is full and they're not gonna continue production. Can we pay like a bus license that it's affordable? Not really. I wanted to build our own buses, but it doesn't appear that it's really affordable. So I'm just gonna try to export them like this. Alright, so 13,000. Not really sure if this is profitable or not. I don't know. I need to do a math. How much material is going this? Half a ton of plastic, 11 tons of steel. Work hours, mechanical components, electrical components. A lot of that is being imported. Well, actually, everything is being imported here at the moment. So, not sure if this is worth it or not. Just selling them like this, and they're really heavy, so they're not really good export material. So let me do this. Let's cancel this. Cancel current production. I will sell whatever I can from here. Yes. I will get a new license for producing something. I will go for something Western. Oh, sorry. Something from. Yeah. I don't have money for that. I was thinking of getting some, maybe even personal car license, $100,000. That's not a bad amount. Let me see if I can. I should have probably sold the trucks for somehow. If we export these, I was thinking of getting Beetle and then exporting it to Americans, but we can do it like this. We can start getting cars. So if we go for, where's the personal car? Here we go, personal cars. They're not that expensive, and we can export them. We can get, this is Warburg. Let me see the speeds. 105, 95. Of course, these guys are the fastest. 160, 170. Maybe we should go with those. This looks like it's a Škodilak, but yeah, these are the best ones. Okay, there you go. We have a blueprint, we have a car, it's not too expensive. Start producing it, and we're gonna start exporting cars. We might start using the cars, but at the moment it doesn't seem to make any difference. It's not a big deal. Okay, that being said, I'm gonna have to implement a new bus line. I'm gonna go with 4 buses. We're gonna go with classic ones, Škoda, and we're gonna go for Hallendorf to Hallendorf Industrial. Off you go. I don't care who goes on the bus, that's fine. And we're gonna go and tell all the other guys to do the same. So you go, and we have, is it this one? Yeah, that should be the latest one. So, and it doesn't, it's only one with a name, so it's gonna be Hallendorf High high-tech industrial. High-tech industrial, there we go. So we have, accept, yes, there we go. So we just changed the name, and that's about it. So they should be supplying people now, and we should be getting some workers to produce mechanical components. Well, probably want to get some workers here. Like I said, we only need a few tons of steel to finish all these factories. So let's hope for the best that steel will be allocated here. Can we see where the steel is requested, required, whatever? Steel. There's steel somewhere. I don't know where. It doesn't matter. Probably on a truck or something or being delivered. Here, 10 tons of steel is still here. It doesn't really matter to me. What in the world are you? He's delivering 0 steel. That's a good boy. Okay, so what are we dealing with? There's another thing we need to address again. This is getting overpopulated, this town. And how are we doing with Duncan? Duncan 1,600, 1,164, 65. It looks like it's an upward spiral. That's a good thing. Of course, it's not fully populated. And 25. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to moderate this. And I can definitely get some people in here. 25. 25 is good. 25 is okay, but the problem is, yeah, let's finish one more building here. We have some money. Let's move this. This is just in the way at the moment, and let's move some people from Hallendorf first. Here to Duncan, and bear in mind that I still didn't implement Duncan to Hallendorf. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it? Yeah, should be. We have some space to grow. We have some space to that we allocated people here. That should be fine, and hopefully everything is gonna be fine. Oh! Finish this. We need those people to be able to get out. Okay, let them work on this, and I'm gonna leave it as it is. Hopefully those people are gonna be fine. They say without a job is the biggest problem. How many people are getting here? Do we have? Did we assign them to go to work in specific? Yeah. Yeah, we did. I think nobody is assigned to go to work here. And do we still have students issue? Yeah, we do. Okay. So, should we speed up the Colin's demise? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just gonna leave it as it is, let it be a functional, semi-functional town. I'm gonna go here and get us a couple of more buses. So this is gonna be student bus, Duncan Hallendorf. So, finally, something that I should have done long time ago. Duncan, and then Hallendorf here near University. And of course, don't load people, just students. Okay, off you go. Copy your schedule to your bro here, and bro, off you go. And let's rename this Duncan students. Duncan. Then students. I'm a gunner. Here we go. Save it. Duncan students. This is a student bus that's going to be transporting students from Duncan to Hallendorf. Hallendorf is our student hub. Let's call it a student hub. Okay. Panel key is getting panels. That's fine. How are we doing with the steel? Okay, over 100 people working at the moment. That's way better than before. But I still think there's quite a few projects that require attention and steel assigned to them. And yes, what happens to these pipes? I might have to finish this on my own. I mean, like, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. All jokes aside, it's not assigned to anywhere, and I have no idea how this was built, assigned, dealt with. And I don't know if anybody's gonna finish this pipeline. I'm just gonna leave it to experiment with this, but I noticed that, you know, when you're building a pipeline, it starts from the factory, and all the materials are delivered either in factory or the end location, like heating plant or whatever. In this case, so all of this is functioning, all of this is fine. Complaining about sports, I think you can complain about many other stuff, not sports. So I think these guys should consider themselves lucky. Lucky me. Right, and we have quite a few people here that I need to relocate. I think I'm gonna have to... No, I'll relocate them straight away. Let's do this. Relocate. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There you go, 70 people relocated. This is practically full, all of those buildings, which is not a good thing, but good thing is that they're gonna give me straight away a little bit more workers for the steel mill, which is the important part. That's one thing. The other thing that I was considering here is all these guys here in the bus. Well, actually, nobody's even going here. We have a couple of passengers that are going to Collins for some unknown reason, actually. I have no idea. Wait. I can inspect this. So let's see here. We have a couple of passengers here. Who are you and what do you want? So they're going there to get... Oh, alcohol. Actually... Yeah. I can totally see this being a thing. They want to go to Collins to get loaded, get plastered. Get alcohol. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You can be useless. Or should I just start closing down the pubs? Well, Collins, I don't know if Collins can be any worse than it is. I'll have a look here. Yeah, it's definitely downward spiral, big one. We had 1,400. It's, you know, objective capacity, normal capacity for like population of the city, and now it's just over half that. This is like my hometown, and then this was a project of my hometown. Have a couple of communist, but mine are where I lived in my hometown. It's a little bit better buildings than the Spanilaki. They were definitely better, but it's a big village, more or less. It's 15,000 people in real life, and the population at the moment is diminishing. I haven't been living there for 20 years now, but my parents live there. So that's the deal with Collins. Looks like I'm pretty sure I'm giving up on this town. So whatever happens to it, we can slowly start to shut down things. First thing, I definitely don't want our people to, well, have even more painful death than before, so we're gonna stop selling alcohol. Rest of the things I'm gonna leave it as it is. Schools, and you're kidding me. Oh wow. This definitely could be a big downside of Collins. Yeah, this school is definitely not the best thing in the world. Well, maybe we should have started looking for our culprits here. Let's lower this to 10, and well, I don't even think if we get more people here, they're not really gonna get... let me pause this for a second. So they need school time education, so then the education level increases. Okay, so this is needs of the kids for our future workforce. So what if workforce is not educated? I'm thinking that it's not gonna be productive. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. So productivity 86%, and what do we have here? We have productivity 94%. What about in Collins? Sorry, in Hallendorf? 95%. And Elise? Elise is a beautiful town. I think if we continue 93%, well, it's fine. I think if we continue playing this map, this would be definitely center of our something. I think there are oil fields here, and then we can have a refinery and bring oil here. The river is huge. I love it. I just love it. I'm loving how it looks like. This map is really, really nice. I love it, but I have to say that I don't love it more than the next map we're gonna play, but you guys gonna see that soon. soon enough. These guys are producing. Looks like they have steel. They have everything. Let's give them a little bit more workers. At least these guys can speed up the construction. Refinery should be working fine, almost 100%. That's perfect. I still think that we don't have. Yeah, I think it's the tanker trucks. We need more tanker trucks. Are we importing fuel? This is an important question. Importing fuel? Yes, we are. Only 4 tons in last month, and it's 6 this month. Last month, fuel 51 tons, and what would be last year? 400 tons of fuel. Okay, I believe that the biggest. I believe I can fly, but I do believe that the biggest. Here we go. This should not be exporting anything, because I believe we exported oil as well, or fuel as well. Let's see, exports. Last month, this year, last year. No, we didn't. We didn't. We exported only bitumen, and looks like the bitumen is doing quite well. Last year exported. This is the second biggest export after electricity. That's really, really good. We need to cut down on our... Like, obviously we have fuel. What's with these guys? Again, steel, 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 steel. That's what we need. We need a whole bunch of steel. I'm shocked. That was so unexpected. Yeah, this tells you... Oh, what is with the food? Okay, we have crops. We have crops here as well, and we have crops here, so just to I think it's not dangerous, we can leave it as it is, but we can just enable them switching the crops from place to place, and that would resolve a lot of our issues. Right. This is done, this is done, this is practically done, and I think we can start. Here we go. Mechanical components are being processed. All of them. This requires minuscule. Yeah, finish it. Finish it. Okay, plastics. Right. So we need a distribution office that's going to be working with covered hulls, and we have one here. The only thing that this is going to need, this is not going to suffice. We need something better. So I think this area deserves its own distribution office. I think that's the best idea ever. So let's swing this road somewhere behind here, and something like so. They can construct it. It doesn't mean that distribution office is going to be here. I think I'm going to put distribution office here, but I want to have future potential road there. So let's go for a mod, and let's see distribution office. How much do they cost? How much do they cost? 60,000. That's an enormous amount of money. I don't like that. So we're going to need something that's going to be producing, and yeah, we're going to have to go for a big one. There we go. This way they would have access to both of the roads on both sides. But it doesn't matter. Do I build it? No, let's let them build it. 39 tons of steel. You're freaking kidding me. How much did we say the initial ones cost? 84, even more. 84, even more. 31 tons of... We haven't used those in a while. It requires a lot of bricks and other stuff that we have. What did we say steel-wise? 31 tons, and the modded one is 39. Yeah, let's go with in-game one, with vanilla. I haven't used vanilla in a while, so I think that would be a really nice idea. So let's go with distribution office here. I'll help you out with a little bit of this. And I think a lot of people are going to come to work here, and I don't want them to do so. So I'm going to lower the amount of workers to, let's say, 27. It's fine. Yes, we have a lot of workers here. Of course, they're missing steel. These guys are missing electrical components and plastics. And electrical components requires... Well, we can start importing those just a little bit. Steel, I'm leaving it alone. Oh, steel. So this means we need to get our distribution office. Is it this one that's required for steel? Yes, and I have a feeling that... Yeah, mechanical components. this is the distribution office that we're talking about. It needs to deliver steel here. Yes, that's it. Okay, so we're gonna have steel here, import and chemicals. Distribution office should resolve imports of plastics and chemicals. And a big thing that we actually didn't address, the elephant in the room, that I didn't forget, I just tried to avoid it. It's that this area here doesn't have heating, and this one is complaining about temperature of the buildings being too low, and people don't want to work here. And are they getting sick? Just wanted to see. Not really. What about our population? Is it affected? Not really. So. Yeah, a little bit more deaths than births. It could be related to industrial area not being heated. So obviously we're gonna have to heat it. So we have two ways of doing that. So I can do it easy way, which probably I should do. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna implement a heating infrastructure. So let's go under mods, and I'm gonna go electric heating plant, and let's go for electric heating plant. Let's go for small. I'm gonna regret this big time. I'm gonna regret this such a big time, because I'm pretty sure that this is not gonna have enough capacity, because this one has 20 gigajoules and this one requires 35 cubic meters of hot water, and this one requires 14 cubic meters. I think this one would be enough for a plastics plant, but I want to test this. I want to test this, and I want to test this badly. So do we have any switch here? No, we don't. We're gonna have to build that as well. How much will this cost? Let's build it straight away. So it's close enough to both of those. That's fine. And let's see how much power they're gonna get from. Let's build this as well. Let's finish this. And what about this? Okay, this has everything except the workforce. We can. Oh, you require workers as well. Oh, you son of a... That's totally my bad. Right. Embarrassing. Let's do the same thing just on this side now. And can we? No, we can't. We can have only one connected to here. So if I do this... I know, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. And I'll need to abolish this and this. So as soon as next batch of workers arrive, some of them are gonna come here to this heating plant. So the only thing it requires is workers. It can have direct power connection to this. Unfortunately, I didn't do it. You know what we could have done? You see all of these cables that I have running around? I could have just put one and then four in the transformer station. But hey, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Here we go. This is gonna jump high until we hit all the water. This is working without issues, they say, even though heating is low, but I think they don't need heating. And this one says it's also working without issues, which I highly doubt. But let's see how this is gonna work. So this one is sucking, well, 2.4. This is the maximum we can get from this grid that is not directly connected to it. So 2.4 megawatts of power. Let's see how it's doing. Okay, people are getting here. What about here? People are getting here as well. Unfortunately, this 750 people need to come to work here. Oh boy, that's a lot of people. What's with our fuel production? Fuel production is dwindling, and there's not enough workers coming here. Why is that? Okay, obviously buses are bringing some people, but that's not gonna be enough. We need more. Probably we should prioritize the refinery over everything else, but über alles. But yeah, I'll see what we can do about this. So what's the deal with this? Not full, and I have a feeling that we have an issue with this town, that we had a little bit higher number of deaths here. 1,000 people, and we're building 2 additional buildings. Yeah, we can transfer some people here, but they shouldn't be complaining about anything. I think they should have everything that they need. Their happiness is high. Well, religion, they do have it. What else? Pub Tavern, you're not getting that. Hospital, you have hospital. Oh, we don't have vehicles. Okay, I can do that. Let's go for the cheap crap vehicles. Those are the Czechoslovakian ones. Okay, let's go for 4. So you should have vehicles now. That should be fine. Yeah, enough people work here. So you say that hospital is the issue. Kindergarten. We have a kindergarten, so that's fine. Okay, I have a feeling that this is full of cars now. Well, not really full, they're still producing. That's perfectly fine. And I see that production is high. So we have 2 options here. We can export them or we can use them. I think I'm gonna go for exports this time, just because I would like to recover us financially. And I think I started let me see if I have any abandoned trucks here. No, these are dumper trucks. Here, no. All of them are being used except these guys here. So, do you have assigned the... Yeah, you have. Okay. This should be exporting bitumen, but it doesn't look like it's... yeah, it's because it's 40% and the other guys are exporting it straight away. Yeah, I think I should be exporting this 100% of this bitumen, because we don't need any backlog of bitumen. Only one plant is transporting internally mentioned bitumen. Let's keep that. I need a flatbed truck, and I need to start exporting those cars. So how much? Yeah, truck. Flatbed. Pause. Buy. No. I'm gonna have to go. Anyway, I think we definitely need... I was thinking of getting a flatbed, but let's just buy the... We're missing, we only have one. This whole map, from the beginning of time, we only had one car. Sorry, this building here, this. Only one from the beginning. So I'm gonna build a second one, and I'm gonna pay for it straight away. Wow, that was a lot of money wasted. And money is dropping. The only reason why I think the money can be dropping is because we're not producing enough for exporting, or we're importing something. Clothes, electronics, okay. Electronics we started producing on our own last month. What are the big numbers? Electronics, fuel, chemicals. Of course, we had a couple of those big purchases of chemicals. And of course, we're now producing our own components, but that's gonna take a while to... Oh, steel is being delivered. Okay. So we need this, and we're gonna have the whole supply chain operational. We need distribution office finished. Steel is being delivered. Oh, interesting. Electronics are being stockpiled. Interesting as well. Perfect. The life makes sense one more time. Well, not really, because we need those components in the warehouses and car factories and all that good stuff. And maybe again dropping. Why are we importing so much? What are we importing so much? Fuel. That's incredible. Why? Plastics. Yeah, we need to distribute plastics, but plastics, we're gonna need a lot of it. We have 17 tons already, and that's with a low percentage of production, because the Elise is not doing well population-wise. 280. I'm not really happy with this. It's not really... A little bit more deaths than birds. That's not good. I think we just need to build up the population, and we will do that in a second. So let me show you what we're talking about. We have 546 people, working age people, and a whole bunch of them are working here. 12, 8 at the moment here, 9 here, whatever, 5 here, 10, 20 here. So let's say that 100 people are working in town. There's 20 of them in city council. 100 of them are working in town, and then the rest of them can work here in different shifts. So technically we should have 400 people working in these 3 industries in 3 shifts. So if we see more than 20-30 people at the same time, that would be a miracle, but we don't. So we just need huge increase in population. We're actually building up. Finishing the buildings should help. Again, the issue is steel. Finances are still dwindling. That's quite surprising. I'm shocked a little bit, because I expected us to have all of this resolved by building those two power lines. Again, plastics are being imported a whole lot. And what else did we say? Plastics, fuel. Okay, and these two. Plastics and fuel are the huge chunk. It would be 60,000 out of 70,000 out of 110. So that's 65% of all imports are plastics and fuel, and both of those things we are producing, and we need to finish the construction of this distribution office, and we should get the trucks and start distributing the stuff that we are actually producing ourselves, plastics and chemicals. I'm not really sure how chemicals are gonna come into play here, because 500 people at 100% productivity can only produce 5 tons of chemicals a day. That's not a lot. We can also see with our imports, in our import section here, we can see that chemicals last month were 3 tons, okay, and this year 5 tons altogether, and last year we imported chemicals 0. Really? No chemicals? Interesting. Well, then means that we might be okay with importing, well, with this amount of chemicals. We might be okay. What's with the heating? I see the heating plant is empty, but they still have storage of water. That's fine. And the same situation here, but nobody... Okay, we have some people working now. Still not enough. So, what is the story with this one? 1,100? I think it's growing slowly. Might be mistaken, but I think it's growing slowly. We need to finish those 2 buildings, and I'm gonna transport a whole bunch of people from Hallendorf and our diminishing colons. 5,600, and okay. What I wanted to implement here as well, expand this city, of course we have to, so I'm gonna give them option to build some residential buildings here. I'm gonna go something like this. This is building 9x2. I'm gonna go with something maybe in the similar fashion. Stalin buildings, maybe? Those are not Stalin buildings. But yeah, let's start with Stalin buildings. These are not bad. How many people can live here? 200. Okay, that's not bad. That's not terrible. They are a bit chunky, but I can... Oh, hell no. What did you say? 100 and what thousand? No. You can build this on our own. We can build this on our own. Let's go for 4 of those. There we go. How many people? Oh, jeez. Okay, this is gonna be so much fun. Clicking this and constructing this amount of... Yeah, fun. Now I have to click all the way to lower the amount of workers, because they're gonna go crazy as soon as this is opened. All the people from Hallendorf are gonna go and work here on these constructions, because the only thing they need to construct is a little bit of a passage to the building, and then boom. Opened workspaces. There we go. And the last one. This will increase our working population capacity by another, let's call it 750. Is it? How many did we say it takes? I have these ones. 192. Yeah, 100 and 776, right? Something like that. That's bad. We're gonna increase population anyway. So let's recap. 5,600 people live in Hallendorf. This is amazing, including kids. Hollands can't even show us statistics, but I'm quite unoptimistic about the situation in Collins. We have this beauty here actually finished. All of it is finished. That's perfect. They can actually accept more population. Not enough people working here, but we can change that in just a second. And here 120 people cannot work anywhere. So 130 people. We're gonna transfer 130. Let's 13 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Did I? Probably did. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. Okay, this is full. There we go. I know that I put everywhere 3 times. It's more than whatever, but we need space. I need my space. Heating is connected everywhere. Perfect. Can you handle it? Of course you can handle it. That's perfect. So hopefully now we're gonna have many more people working in steel mill. I can't believe this. I mean, Collins was always a problem, and we finally resolved it. And at least I'm not worried now, because I know what the situation is. It's the pollution. It's causing the issue with Collins. Oh, pausing it. 730. This is half of the population. 56 people. 56 years is the life expectancy in Collins. And that's with removed pub. So there you go. Decline of a city. And Duncan, that was supposed to be just a suburb, just a small mining town supplying the mine, actually became fresh ski resort or something or rather like that, which is supplying all the people to the steel mill, steel refinery. And let me just 29. I thought it's gonna be better than this. And students, why are you moving students? Don't we have a school here? I think I'm gonna have to increase capacity of these guys. School. Yeah, we don't have school here. Kindergarten, right? Yeah. Shop, fine. Gym, fine. Soyuz Cinema, fine. We don't have a school here. That's interesting. I think it's we're already 1 minute, well, at least in this segment, 1 minute longer than usual. But I will definitely start planning for a school here. So I'm quickly gonna go to our school section, and here we go. Sorry for making this a little bit longer than usual. I know some of you won't mind, some of you might do. I'm not really sure, but like, don't care. I mean, I do care, of course, and it's a joke. I'm acting like a emo or something. I do care what you guys think, and definitely need your help and advice in everything that we do. And I'm doing this just as a hobby, so we're doing this together. Anyway, that's it. We're gonna finish off here and say that Duncan is doing well. Liganport, beauty of gem of our republic, our doorway to rest of the world, is doing extremely well. I'm extremely happy about this town. They're amazing. Hallendorf is huge. It has a potential of being a mega city, and now it's supplying all these workers here to industrial estate here. We're gonna need more and more workers, and we're gonna need more and more resources. Of course, this is just how it looks from above. And I still didn't implement sales of cars here, and we're probably gonna get swamped soon, but in the next episode, I promise, because I still didn't decide if we're gonna go and sell them to our Americans or should we sell it to our own people. I was thinking of maybe making those German buses, the Mars buses that go fast, and we can replace all our buses and bus lines and future buses. So I'm still trying to discuss with myself what's gonna happen. Elise, future city of the future, our chemical industry and oil industry, it's building up. I already need more people and more buildings than whatever we're constructing here, so this is gonna be really amazing to see how this town is gonna progress. But we have a big bypass here for development of the rest of the republic. And that's it, guys. This is the end of the 29th episode. This is second to last. We're gonna have one more episode, and then we're gonna move to a new map. We learned a lot of lessons, and I can tell you this: we're gonna progress much faster in the new map with the knowledge we learned from here. and also because we're gonna have you'll see a couple of tricks in our sleeves. We're gonna start on hard, we're gonna start with seasons, we're gonna do all that, but in 2 days, new map. Guys, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section, let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Thank you, and see you in the next one.